Sometimes we talk about the negotiations between Israel and Hamas and talk about them as two, and people think about them as two equal parties. They obviously are the two parties to these negotiations, but I think when you see an order like that, it shows just what a depraved group we are dealing with in Hamas when they make clear that they will execute innocent human beings rather than let them be rescued.
Execute innocent human beings who had somehow managed to survive 11 months of hell as a hostage in Gaza. In other words, Hamas values the lives of its Israeli hostages purely as bargaining chips. Perhaps that's not surprising, given that it's repeatedly shown that it considers the lives of civilians in Gaza of little intrinsic use either, beyond their value as human shields and propaganda tools. Joining us now is Yasmin Magal. Her cousin is one of the few remaining American hostages being held in Gaza. Omer is from New York and is a member of the IDF. Yasmin, thank you so much for joining us. I actually just interviewed your parents a few days ago on this network. They were telling me that they had never given up hope that Omer would be found alive. He was apparently accepted to college, decided to take a gap year, went to Israel, and volunteered for the IDF while he was over there on his gap year.
Right, that's correct. You interviewed his parents, and that is his story. He's a born and raised American kid, but he decided to help with what needs to be done and help protect Israel. And that's the type of kid that he is. He wants to protect, he wants to help, and so he did it. And it's not an easy decision. He was already accepted to college, and he still decided to postpone his studies and protect people that needed to be protected. And on October 7th, he was trying to do exactly that. And sadly, him and his team were all kidnapped into Gaza.
His parents told me that they still believe he's alive. Do you? And if so, is that just faith for you, or what do you tell me what you're hanging on to?
So we know that he was taken alive, and I mean, we just saw a few days ago that hostages were executed after 11 months of surviving this hell. So as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, Omer is surviving this hell.
Yesterday afternoon, 4 funerals were held for 4 of the 6 who were murdered by Hamas. Some of the other hostage families say that was the most difficult day for them since October 7th. Do you feel the same way?
I feel like I'm back to October, where 4 funerals are being held at the same time, and the day after 2 funerals are being held at the same time, and I can't attend to all, and I have to pick one every day. Yes, it's the same. It's the same feeling because, I mean, October was the month where most funerals were held probably in my entire life.
And when you hear this news that Hamas has issued orders that any hostages who are alive are to be executed if they feel that the IDF is coming close or getting close to rescue them?
I mean, it's heartbreaking what happened to the hostages that were executed. I'm heartbroken over it. The families are so close together at this point that we all feel like one big family. And to think that what they went through, and after surviving for so long, for it all to end like this so brutally, I am just hoping for a better end and for the rest of the hostages.
There are massive protests yet again tonight in Israel, some of the biggest protests yet from Israelis who are furious with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and accuse him of not doing enough to get the hostages released. Do you agree with them?
I think that as long as the hostages have not been released, no one has done enough, and that includes everyone. That includes me. That includes Benjamin Netanyahu, and that includes President Joe Biden. Omer is an American kid. We need to make sure that they're all coming back home.
Yasmin Magal, I sure hope that the next time I interview you or Omer's parents, it's with some good news. Praying for his release. along with all the other hostages.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.